Hey everybody, it's the Stark Doc once again, and we have some mental wealth here for you today with the third in our series of the self-esteem coping skills. And this one's is playing judge today. So the main idea of that one is that we are meant to isolate the disturbing, painful, negative thoughts that are in our minds. And I want you to write it down explicitly what it is that you said in your mind. Then I want you to take 1 minute to kind of sense the emotions and the sensations that are coming up with that thought, whether it be sadness, embarrassment, or anger. Those are the emotions versus your actual thoughts. Sometimes we'll end up confusing thoughts with emotions and saying, well, I feel that I should be better. I feel that I want to be alone. Those aren't emotions. You aren't feeling that. That's what you know. Those are your thoughts. That's not what we're looking for. We're looking for the emotions in that sensing statement. So that's what we're going to be adding into this. So actual emotions. And once you're done like identifying which emotions are coming up for me, which sensations per thought, then I want you to go through and tell yourself in terms of whatever measurement makes sense to you to like kind of measure where it's at for me. That could be a 0 to 10, it could be a 0 to 100, whatever actually makes sense for you in terms of how much of that emotion comes up with this thought. Then our next part is to make a chart, like one of them little T charts with a line down the middle. This side has this side has that. We list things underneath it, right? Once you make a little T chart, and then we're gonna go ahead and fill each side with evidence that you can think of to support and or discredit the thought that's on trial, which is your original thought that we wrote down exactly as you had it, right? So we're on trial right now. We're putting our thoughts on trial, and essentially your job is to identify the reasons and or the facts that are supporting the thought, which is the prosecution side, the negative thoughts. We're trying to find evidence for any of this being true and or discrediting the thought. So that's the defensive side, the evidence against. And we're meant to compare the two sides when we complete all of our evidence identification, and to be sure to comb through the evidence after we're done and cross out anything that isn't actually fact-based or is only based in my opinion. So for instance, if I were to say that I don't deserve peace, that was my original thought. And my evidence for it was that I just feel like I'm a bad person and bad people don't deserve peace. That's an opinion. Unless you have evidence as to you being a bad person, that's not what we're writing down. We're crossing that out. Whatever is a bad person, we're writing that down. And then we're going through that. Am I a bad person because I didn't share my dinner with my girlfriend? No. That is what I wrote down as evidence for that, though. And other people don't share their dinners with their girlfriends, so maybe that's not exactly what I'm trying to look at, you know? And that's one of the things that we're trying to pay some attention to. We tend to let our thoughts just go wherever they go, and we don't really give it much time or effort in looking at whether it's valid or not. That's what we're looking at now. So take some time, put your judge into action, and actually give yourself the ability to put the thoughts on trial. Because that's not accurate for us to always let every thought be true. It's not what it is. And we can't let it be what it is. That's our job, to change what goes through and what's allowed in our own minds. So I hope you guys take some time for that and make some effort for you to be the winner in this trial. That's it.